just yesterday, 2 men were found guilty of killing Jam Master Jay.
That was,
One of which was his godson, who used to take pictures next to Jam Master Jay murals talking about how much he missed him.
Listen,
fucking you the reason why everyone missing him.
Listen, that's so sad because Jason, you ever met Jason?
His son?
No, Jason, Jam Master Jay.
No, I'm talking about, I thought you meant his son.
No, have you ever met Jam Master Jay?
Never.
One of the nicest motherfuckers you'll ever meet.
Seems like it.
One of the he saw me doing, I was in a village around the corner from where him and Russell had their place, because they lived in the same loft at one point. And I think it was Green Street, somewhere down the village. Well, anyway, he had popped in to a place to get a drink, and I was on stage. And I got off stage and I'm like, oh shit. He's like, oh, what's that, man? Yo, this shit was funny, man. Yo, it's like, yo, it's fucking, I'm probably about 17. And he goes, I'm like, damn, Jam Master Jay. He said, yeah, man, we perform around the corner. He said, oh, you from Cali? I was like, yeah. Got in his car, he played the Run's house, and then he played the theme song from Die Hard. Which was them, Christmas in College Queens. Went around the corner to where the venue, DMC is laying, sit up in the wall, drinking a 40. I'm like,
yeah.
What?
DMC was an alcoholic back then.
I didn't know. He was as cool as ice. Just, what's up, man? I was like, you gonna come in and watch us play? Jay said you funny. I'm like, oh shit. Me and my partner, Mark Overton, we go in there and we tell the story. Because it was mind-blowing back then. Because it's like, this is at the...
Yeah.
And he saw me doing stand-up, thought I was funny. He's like, man, come in. And they came in, and we went to this little place in the village. They rocked this motherfucker. And we kept in touch. So whenever he was, yeah, Jason Marzell, he was one of the nicest motherfuckers. And you know what I loved about him? He would be in L.A. walking by himself.
Yeah, I mean, who had beef with Jam Master Jay?
That's what I'm saying.
Nobody.
That's what I'm saying. By himself.
Yeah, nobody. No, he was loved, but from what came out in the trial was that by this time, right before he passed away, the money was slowing down. Mm-hmm. Onyx, he signed Onyx, but they kind of had their time, and at that point they weren't really coming out with records anymore. He had signed 50 Cent, but he ended up selling that deal when he got signed to a major. Mm-hmm. And he was helping to take care of a bunch of different people. He had a studio.
Everybody for us.
Yeah, a lot of people, and the money had slowed down, so he started dabbling in kilos on the side. And from what they say, Southwest Tea from BMF was the supplier. This is what came out in court. And 2 of the dudes that he did a drug deal with, apparently they felt like he, double-crossed them or whatever, and that's why they killed him. So it sounds crazy, right?
Yeah, because there's only a couple ways to double-cross niggas in cocaine, and that's either put some pancake in it, or don't pay them money for the work.
Well, I heard that he just cut him out of a deal. Like it was something like they were supposed to pick up some kilos and they didn't come through, and then some. I don't know. It's a convoluted story, but the whole thing of Jam Master Jay selling drugs sounds crazy to me because he's Jam Master Jay. But to be fair, I remember I was explaining this to someone the other day. When you're at your height, you get accustomed to a certain kind of lifestyle. You get accustomed to flying first class. You get accustomed to wearing certain types of clothes, eating certain types of food, taking care of people, and everything else like that. Jam Master Jay was a talent, but he wasn't one of the writers of Run DMC. He wasn't a vocalist. And I don't even think he was a producer, per se.
I think he did. I'm not sure.
I think he did some production, but a lot of the big songs were like Rick Rubin and, Orange Crush.
I never looked at it like that.
Yeah, no, think about it. Just think about it for a second. Let's just take a step back. And I know we all love Jam Master Jay, so we want to, always prop him up, but you got to take a step back. He's not writing the lyrics. Run and DMC are writing the lyrics, and they're getting the songwriting credit. Someone else is producing. He's getting show money. You know,
The show money is.
the show money's nice, but he may not even get a third because he's the DJ.
But I
He
think
could, or he could. It depends on what happens. It depends on how it gets worked out.
Yeah.
Right? He could maybe get 20%. The other two guys get 40 each. You don't know. You don't know.
I would.
You would.
That's sad. That's an even sadder story if it wasn't fully around.
Right, but here's the thing. At that time, Run DMC weren't touring like that.
Yes.
Not like that.
Listen to me. Overseas.
They weren't constantly on tour like that.
In Canada.
He would get DJ bookings on his own and everything else like that. But what I'm saying is, they were.
I hear what you're saying. It's like that.
It wasn't like they were touring before when My Adidas and
Yeah.
It's Tricky and Walk This Way. It wasn't Walk This Way touring. So what I'm saying is people get accustomed to a certain kind of lifestyle. Look at Fetty Wap. He's in prison. He was the hottest thing smoking at one point. Now he's in prison for selling drugs. This happens. People get accustomed to a lifestyle, and
I think
it slows
but
down,
that's
and they try to
But
supplement.
that's like what I was saying is they think because it's been told that that's the way to do it. And they've never really done that before.
Or maybe they've done it and they've gotten away with it, and it just seems like easy money. Could go both ways.
It's not easy. If you ever did that,
I know.
that shit
Listen,
is
the
not
first
easy.
and only kilo of cocaine I bought, I got ripped off. You know what I'm saying?
What would you
I never told you the story?
fuck no, what would you
My dumb ass. Let me tell you about
What
my
you-
stupid ass. This is the late 90s.
the fuck?
No, this is the mid 90s.
And that was where'd you buy it from?
Okay, so I had a friend who I went to school with who was a former drug dealer.
Mm-hmm.
My dumb ass just saw Deep Cover. With the Jewish guy and the black partner and everything else like that. Me and him were hanging out all the time. I was making a bunch of money because my business was booming. I had a tech company. And I'm like, all right, here's 17, what, why don't we do a kilo? Here's 17,000. This is my man. I've known him for years. We're hanging out every single day.
He got you.
He got me. He came over with a kilo. Him and his son came over to my apartment, in the Bay. And he started cooking up in my kitchen. He started making, oh, wait, something's wrong here. This ain't what I was used to, something. And then next thing you know, he's like, yeah, it ended up being all fake. And I'm like, all right, so you going to come up with half the money? Yeah, I got you. Never saw fucking penny for the rest of my life. Anyways, yeah, so I got.
Yeah.
I got for 17,000. And I remember, and this is what I feel is the important
You
part.
got $17,000 worth of pancake.
Yeah, pancakes. Exactly, pancake mix. Exactly. I'm sure he...
Yeah,
he just had a chance to rip me off.
Bad?
Yeah. Right.
Almost like one of those stories your boy had.
Well, yeah. I mean, listen, and it was a very interesting moment at that point because I realized that the only thing I could do is kill him or hurt him really badly, and I wasn't built for that, so I had to just let it go.
Let it go.
Right? And it wasn't until decades later when I interviewed Freeway Ricky Ross and I told him this story for the first time ever on camera.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, well, you do realize that if he didn't rip you off, you probably would have gone to prison. And a light bulb exploded over my head and said, oh shit.
That's one way to look at it.
That is definitely worth 17,000.
That's what.
And over time, I've talked about it so much that I've made that 17,000 back anyways.
Yeah.
You know?
You probably were made, because you were, what were you, 24 back then?
Yeah, maybe about 26.
Yeah, you were.
A kilo of cocaine, that's not a slap on the wrist.
Yeah, I mean, and it was, depending on when you bought it, that's when I was like, that doesn't sound right, but.
It was 17,000. That's the price he gave me.
That's what he gave you. But a bird back then, I probably was going to put 22, 25. But that's how you know somebody it's like, that ain't, I don't know why I know that.
Yeah, now listen, I mean, I told myself at that point, I'm not built for the drug game. I can't call the police to let him know that he ripped me out for a kilo. I can't sue him over the kilo. The only thing I could do is extreme violence. And I did not have a crew of people to do that. I would have had to do
Rick wasn't down with that.
Yeah, Rick wasn't doing that either.
No.
The only thing I could have done, I wasn't willing to do. And I realized that I'm not good at crime. I'm not built, and I'm especially not built for the drug game. Because all they could have done was, what, kidnap him? You know, I mean, get him hurt really badly to the point where he's so scared that he has to give me back the money. I mean,
you know what he's going to do then?
He would have probably retaliated.
No. He's not giving back anything. What he's going to do is call the police.
They'll be arrested.
And they're gonna be having you in the back of that car, and Puffy gonna be like, "Hey man, since you going to jail, look at that jacket."
You ain't gonna need it in there.
Yeah. He did you a favor.